Dale, pues.
Hello, Francisco. Thank you for this meeting. As we spoke, the goal for this interview is to learn as much as we can from your real life experiences about the positive role of business in building a better world. We are interested in hearing about good for the world innovations that are also good for business. So let me begin with this question. What can you tell us about yourself?
Okay, well, I'm a person who likes ecological experiences, uh, ecological focus on almost everything, uh, in order to build a more sustainable world, which gets to be of better quality for everyone who participates in it.
Thank you. Um, uh, about your innovation, what's the innovation that you have realized?
Okay, the innovation about our products is that we built a complete system in which the processes of fabrication are sustainable. Are processes where we don't use uh, an excellent of energy or or have any waste for the environment. Everything is very controlled since our process of production, and well, we have our innovation is mostly in our formulations. Our formulations that are based on ecological parts, but making products for cleaning that are mostly concentrated. So
Okay.
you don't have to expend much money in every use you make, because where you are having a real um, a real thing for your pocket is when you use them. Each time you use them is cheaper than if you use any other common product. So the focus is the innovation is in two things: having high quality products and products that make you expend less money.
Okay. And what can you tell us about how the innovation emerged?
About what? Sorry.
How the innovation emerged?
Okay, well, it emerged because we were seeking for having products that have the same uh, results or even better than the conventional formulations.
Okay.
And well, we developed it between many years. It's an idea that was very old. Started with my grandfather, then my father, but they didn't make quite business about it. And then I took the business and grew up with that idea. So it was just about making it better.
Okay, thank you. Um, you were talking before about the innovation and sort of the motivation, but can you explain us more about the motivation purpose for doing it?
Okay, well, the motivation was both having something that nobody else had, and at the same time something that was that could help the environment, to help the things that we uh, throw out throughout our water systems in order to not making a bad impact for the residual waters.
Okay, thank you. Who was involved in the creation of the innovation and what did they do?
Okay, in the creation of these formulations of these innovations, were involved my grandfather, who was a chemical engineer, my father, who was a lawyer, and also an equipment of chemicals, of external chemicals, that we hired to get the results we have. Um, for this process, of course, it was a complete thing. It was a thing involving the the formulation part, the marketing part, and the commercial part, so we could build a more sustainable formula in every aspect.
Okay.
What did they do? Each one did their part, seeking for new markets for this, if it was available, that some people could buy it, and to the reliability,
Okay.
and of course the tests, of laboratory, to see that the products were working out, and the tests that the product were not polluting the waters where they were left.
Okay. And in your web page, you mentioned you have a certification. Can you explain us a little bit of this certification?
Yeah, we have a certification of the IPN, which in Mexico is the Instituto Politécnico Nacional. That is a very recognized institution, where they made a lot of proofs. Well, they made a proof to our formulas. For having a product that is considered ecological or biodegradable, yeah, well, ecological, you have to have the product being degraded the 70% in 28 days. Our formulations had these tests in which in 15 days they were zero waste in the residual waters. So we have a very top acceptance from the parameters that are considered.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, does your innovation is relate to a sense of mission, purpose, or meaning?
Um, well, yes, it's a mission that the people who use it gather more conscience about the environment.
Okay.
But not only with a ecological conscience, but for high quality products. It's both things, because people is used to buy cheap things, but that in the end they would end up paying a lot more money for every use they make. So it's a matter of conscience in society about high quality, and about of course about what are you throwing away
Yeah.
with the common use products that you use.
Okay, thank you. Um, your innovation on the business, how is the impact on your own business and the society and the environment? You were telling us that is to increase a better to have a better product, expending the less you might have possible. But how does it impacts to the society and your business and the environment?
Well, okay, to the society is very easy. It's a matter of expending less money on everything you use. Not on the first sight, not on the first approach to the product,
Yeah.
but in an amount of period where the product um, makes use in your home.
Yeah.
For each application, it can be for laundry, it can be for the dishes, and any other cleaning application. Our
Okay.
specialty is on stainless steel. So in stainless steel also, you
Okay.
pay less for every use you make, and it's a very important thing, because when you manufacture different things in stainless steel, every penny you use on it, it counts for the well for the last price that your clients are going to pay for it, right?
Right.
So as a society, we're making that change. We can make that change, for like for the part of the concentration of the products that lasts for longer. It can be measured that for every one product somebody buys for us,
Yes.
they would have to be buying 5 pieces of something else, of a common product.
Okay.
So those products are made for, are expending 5 times less plastic waste,
Okay.
um, just like that for the concentration. So it's a very important application socially and ecologically. Besides that, well, the waste, the product you're wasting is not making a bad influence to the environment where it's left. Usually, for example, in Mexico City, you have all the waste going through rivers. So it's very important that waste is not something that then you're going to breathe and make bad for you.
Perfect. Perfect, Francisco. Well, that's all for me. I want to thank you very much for your time and for, well, to have this opportunity to talk a little bit with you and about your company. Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
Bye.
Jorge. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.